I'm thankful I'm not a Bears fan. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. 2 stress-free football weeks in a row? What is this, Grossi? And today, we are going to break down the Green Bay Packers win over the Miami Dolphins with a score of 30-17. And Packers fans, one, a very happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's watching. I appreciate the hell out of you for all your support as we are heading into 10 years of doing this on YouTube, one. And two, how about them freaking fracking Packers, baby? The Packers were firing on all cylinders tonight. A clean game. Yes, there were some penalties that were very infuriating, but overall, the Packers were able to take care of business against the Miami Dolphins. I mean, hell, the defense allowed 3 points in the first half, and while they did allow a couple touchdowns in the second half, for the most part, the Packers were in the driver's seat for the majority of this game. Jordan Love played an excellent game. 21 for 28, 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 sacks. This has been one of the best parts of the Packers team this year, in which the offensive line has been phenomenal, especially after you watch something like the Bears today, who have allowed 45 sacks on the year. The fact that the Packers offensive line is consistent and allowing Jordan Love to have some time is one of the reasons why they currently have a 9-3 record. Josh Jacobs, 19 for 43 on the ground with a touchdown, but also was very effective in the passing game, had 74 receiving yards and a total of 114 rushing yards for all the Packers running back. They had a pretty nice balanced attack on offense tonight. On top of that, Tucker Kraft, their leading receiver, 6 for 78. Jaden Reed getting 2 touchdowns with the absence of Romeo Doubs because he was in concussion protocol from this past Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. And so the offense, there was really no complaints there. Of course, that first drive was really ugly, in which you thought it might have been a fumble for the Packers, but able to get that ball away. And of course, special teams even coming up clutch. Not only McManus is nailing all of his kicks, but also recovering a muffed punt. And taking a look at that defense, oh boy, I know that the Dolphins' offensive line is not that great, but they allowed 5 sacks tonight. LVN getting some pressure, Rashawn Gary getting in on the fun, Kenny Clark, and they allowed a total of 39 rushing yards. Achane, who is a monster. Mostert, who has run all over the Packers in the past. A great performance by the Packers defense, especially when it came to the run game. Tua found a lot of success through the air, even though he got sacked 5 times. Went 37 for 46, 364 yards, and 2 touchdowns, but it never really felt like the game was getting away from the Packers. Jonnu Smith, their tight end, was their number 1 receiver with 10 receptions for 113 yards. Tyreek Hill was in second, 6 for 83 with a miraculous touchdown after it just bounced around and landed in his hands. And again, just an all-around great performance by the Packers, who have been playing pretty damn well on this 3-game win streak. Now looking ahead, Packers, they got it all in front of them. They got 3 more primetime games in a row next Thursday against the Detroit Lions, which will be a huge game. The Lions, of course, suffering a bunch of injuries on defense, and I think, as shown today, they are a beatable football team. While the Lions definitely got the best of the Packers earlier this season, hey, this happened last year, and then on Thanksgiving last year, the Packers were able to go into Ford Field and knock off Detroit. You gotta hope for the same result next week, as the Packers don't have an extended time off. They don't have the usual 10 days. They just got 1 week. It's not until after next week's game that they got a little bit of time, because they don't play until Sunday Night Football the week after. But overall, I am ecstatic about where the Packers are right now. Yes, they're 3rd in the NFC North, which is just annoying because the Vikings keep on winning. But sitting at 9-3 with 5 games left, you got to feel pretty damn good about this squad. And for the 2nd week in a row, Jordan Love has not thrown an interception, played a really clean game. And I noticed this since the Bears game, that even though he had an interception as he was looking for Tucker Kraft and just sailed the ball, Jordan Love is looking for the checkdowns more often. And I remember when Jordan Love was injured, Stenovich, our offensive coordinator, was asked about, hey, why is Jordan Love throwing so many interceptions? Is it his injury or decision-making? Instead of it flat out said it was his decision-making as to why he was throwing so many picks. And these past 2 games has been interception-free. And tonight, there really wasn't any danger of that at all. Christian Watson did break up one, but it was because it bounced out of the hands of Dontavian Wicks. But we will see how good the Green Bay Packers really are as they take on the Lions next Thursday at Ford Field. It should be an excellent football game, and if there's any wiggle room in the NFC North, a win over the Lions, that could go a long way as the Packers may be sneaking out a win and taking the NFC North. But it all starts with the Detroit Lions next week. A great game for the Packers tonight, defeating the Miami Dolphins at Lambeau Field, getting another home win. They are 5-2 on the year, and the Packers keep on rolling, trying to get that 4th win next week to add to their win streak. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. How did you feel about this game? How do you feel about the offense, the defense, the special teams? It seems like things are starting to come together for the Packers, which it did last year, so watch out. Let me know what you think. You know, I saw me at TomGrossiComedy.com or Tom Grossi Comedy, all social media, see down below. A big shout out and thank you to all the patrons and YouTube members for supporting this channel, and thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. Happy Thanksgiving, and as always, go Pack, go.